new year, new recommendations. It's been a while since I've made a suggestion as to what camera would be the best camera to buy currently in 2024. But in this video, I'm going to give some good candidates and an overall winner. Stay tuned. So since the end of last year, coming up to where we're at in 2024, we're in February at the time of recording this video, a lot of cameras have been on the market since last year coming into this year, and also cameras that are announced to be released this year. For this specific video, there are certain criterias the camera I will be mentioning have to meet in order to qualify. So first, they have to be less than $3,000. Like, that's the highest I think someone should be spending on a good camera in 2024. Second, they have to be full frame, because why not? Third, they have to have at least 4K 60 recording capabilities. And fourth, they have to have at least 24 megapixel for resolution on the sensor. Now, let's discuss. It's getting really dark outside and there's a lot of noise on the road. So I'm going to finish this discussion inside. Let's go, guys. Yeah, back inside in the studio, all nice and warm from the harsh, dark, cold outdoors. Even though I will be talking about cameras I'd recommend buying in 2024, I'm not going to limit the list to dedicated cameras. The first camera or device I'd recommend you buying in 2024 for taking photos and recording videos, if you're a content creator and you casually take photos and record clips, is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This device right here. I hope the autofocus is working. Oh well, yeah. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is an amazing device for both capturing videos and capturing photos. Arguably one of the best smartphone cameras on the market currently. I think the S24 Ultra is. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is able to capture Apple ProRes 422 HQ from this little device here, but you have to attach, SSD externally to store all that huge data, and you can go ahead, edit on your computer. We know ProRes is a lighter file to edit on your computer, so it's easier to grade, more details, but it's larger. But you can do it on this little device, and it costs less than $1,500. iPhone 15 Pro Max is like $1,300, $1,200, I'm not sure. This is the 256 gig version, so iPhone 15 Pro Max. Moving right along. Another amazing camera you can take up for a very affordable price is the Canon EOS R8. It's a full frame camera as well, so you know you will be getting a lot of light into that sensor, a lot of details, shallow depth of field whenever you're recording videos and taking photos. And it's only $1,300 for the body. Shoots 4K. So that's a perfect camera for content creation, some casual filmmaking, photography. Sweet. Only $1,300. So don't sleep on the Canon EOS R8. And next contender a lot of creators were raving about back in 2023 was the Sony FX30. Now that little powerhouse costs only $1,800 for the body currently, but it's a crop sensor. It's not a full frame sensor like its bigger brother, the FX3, but you're still getting a lot for that small, powerful camera. It's a film camera. It has the same body as the FX3. It uses Sony E-mount lenses, nice Sony color, specs, whatever. It's a powerful camera and it's below $2,000. So the FX30 is a worthy mention as well for a budget camera to take up in 2024. Moving right along. The Canon EOS R6. I almost bought this camera, by the way. I almost bought the Canon EOS R6. The Canon EOS R6 body is only $2,000. Even though it's the most expensive I've mentioned so far, it's a pretty amazing camera. It offers a lot of amazing specs, similar to what you'd get on the Canon EOS R. It's an upgrade to the R. Well, a lot of people may say it's not, but It's in between the R5 and the Canon EOS R. It's an amazing camera for content creation, filmmaking if you're a beginner, intermediate, or even a professional, and it's amazing for photos as well. It's like the Canon EOS R5C or R5 on a budget. It's less than $2,000, full frame sensor, Canon's amazing autofocus for vlogging style, and it's full frame, I mentioned that before, shoots 4K. So it's an amazing contender to mention on the list. Now the next one is a very popular camera. This is the Sony a7 IV. A lot of creators have this camera. It's developed like a cult online. The whole Sony ecosystem and Sony shooters cultry or whatever they call it. But yeah, the Sony a7 IV is a great camera. If I was to get a Sony camera right now on a budget, it's only $2,200. Oh, correction, the body of the Sony a7 IV is $2,500. So it's the most expensive camera mentioned so far. Moving right along, I'd get the Sony a7 IV, even though I was desperately in love for the Sony a7S III back in 2020, but it was so darn expensive. But the Sony a7 IV is great. Good Sony autofocus, amazing colors, and it is perfect for both photography and video content creation. Shoots 4K, I think it shoots up to 6K, I'm not sure, 10-bit color internally, and it has enough megapixels for capturing high resolution photos, but still gathering enough light to shoot amazing videos even in low light condition. Don't sleep on the Sony a7 IV. Next on the list is my favorite. This is a camera I recommend to anyone who's within the budget, wants an amazing camera for videos specifically and doing a little photos on the side, and wants the best quality, great autofocus, a lot of features, dependability, you name it, whatever you need in a hybrid mirrorless camera, this camera has it to offer. And it is only $2,200 for the body. This is the Panasonic Lumix S5 2X. This is my dream camera. This is the camera I'm saving towards. I can't wait to get my hands on this camera. It's so sweet. The Lumix S5 2X shoots up to 6K internally. It's 10-bit. It has internal cooling. One of the best IBIS to date on any mirrorless camera, hybrid of that category. And also it can shoot ProRes internally inside the camera, the Lumix S5, for just $2,200. Full frame, it's a sweet camera. I can't recommend it enough. And you know, the Lumix S5 II and the Lumix S5 2X with also the Lumix GH6 were the first cameras to have phase detect autofocus on the Panasonic lineup of cameras. So we finally have phase detect autofocus in Panasonic. It's not new, it's been since last year, but these cameras are the first to have it, and Lumix did an amazing job. Implemented for the first time in their cameras. So sweet. Oh, another quick correction. The Lumix S5 2X body only is currently going for only $2,000 on B&H. Only $2,000. Next on the list, I said it earlier, is the Panasonic Lumix S5 Mark II. Not the X, but the 2, that version they released before the X came out. Yeah, the regular Lumix S5 II. This is an amazing hybrid camera. The X is more focused towards the video side, even though it takes amazing photos. But the Lumix S5 Mark II is like an upgrade to the original Lumix S5. Amazing full frame sensor. It has the phase detect autofocus as I mentioned before, you know, 10-bit internally, 2 SD card slots, you know, it can record external to an SSD, all the good stuff. It has all the good stuff from the original S5 plus some of the good stuff from the S5 2X, and it is only $1,800 currently for the body. Amazing quality, amazing specs. You're getting a bang for a buck for the Lumix S5 II. And last on the list, but not the least, I believe this is the best bang for buck out of everything I've mentioned earlier in this entire list of budget-friendly cameras to take up in 2024. And this camera is the original Panasonic Lumix S5. The reason I'm mentioning this camera even though it came out all the way in 2020 is because with all the specs and features that the S5 has to offer, this camera is going for only $1,200 brand new for the body on B&H. Now this is a steal because when this camera came out it was $2,200 and now it's going for $1,200. That's $1,000 off for all the features this camera has to offer. The S5 is an amazing photography camera, an amazing video camera. It has all the features you need to be a great professional photographer and also a professional videographer. It's a hybrid camera, so you know you have the best of both worlds. For this clip, since I will be talking about the Panasonic Lumix S5, I had to switch around from using it to capture the video because all of my shots are captured using the Panasonic Lumix S5. So this currently is my filming setup for when I'm doing talking headshots like these, or whenever I'm outside vlogging and it's not too noisy, windy, and I don't have to go too far from the camera. My Movo shotgun microphone, my Sigma 24mm f2 DNDG lens. I have the K&F Concept 1/4 mist filter. Use a step-up ring because this is the 82mm size, and my Lumix S5. I have a 64GB memory card in the camera, a bit too small, but these are just YouTube videos. And this whole setup cost me probably about, I paid $2,000 for the camera back in 2021, but currently the Lumix S5 is going for like $1,200. So this entire setup would run you less than $2,000, everything in this package. Because this lens is about $600, microphone is about $40, filter about $60, so everything less than $2,000. And this is a killer setup. Also guys, this is my first time recording with the iPhone 15 Pro Max for my inside talking headshots, so let me know what it looks like. I'm shooting in Apple ProRes 422 HQ in log mode and 24 frames per second, of course. Let me know how it looks. I'm going to grade it with my gamut LUTs. I hope it looks good. Let's continue back to the video. So, which one do you think you will be taking up for 2024? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Chevaughn Beckford, and if you found this video interesting, feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you like the look of my videos, my color grading and whatnot, you can check the links in my description to get your LUTs from Gamut to give your videos the they need. Also earlier I substituted a clip in this video shot on a iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I also color graded that from scratch with the base LUT from Gamut and creative LUTs from Gamut. Feel free to check them out in the description as well. I'm Chevaughn Beckford. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. Signing out.
Mercy. My heart is filled with love. My heart is filled with love. My heart is filled with love.